Footballing days don't come any bigger than this. Of course, I mean electronic ones. We have a quarter-final to go, which we hold an advantage in the Champions League. We have a semi-final in the FA Cup. We have a top 4 push still well and truly on, which has a little hint at the title, but it's very, very slim. And it could be the penultimate episode of the series. Yes, people, welcome back to episode number 5 of season number 12. I'm pumped for this one, like we just said, a quarter-final. Black and White Army versus Black and White Army, or Zebre as they used to be known. We face them, we face Southampton, Leicester, Forest in the FA Cup semi-final at Wembley, and West Brom, so it looks like there's 2 big games that stand out. We're gonna get them done, as then, of course, we could have semi-finals with us being 1-0 up. I'm actually quietly confident. I know what happened against Dortmund, however, as Man United and Liverpool title holders as it stands lead at the end of this save. On that back page is the quarter-finalists. Look at this, we've got some good games, some 2-2, some 3-3s. We're the only team with an advantage going into the second leg. Barca, Inter, Man City, Leipzig, Atletico Madrid and Leicester. Ribeiro working his magic, as we definitely need to here. We've got a little bit of a tired team, which does worry me. Still, I have to believe, in the words of Ted Lasso, is it's going to be Bloxham and Ponce a little bit tired, and Wolf Amber slightly, but that is the team that we're going to go with. That's the team that could make huge history. Doing an Ajax in our first save in the Champions League. But of course, it all depends on this result. Dortmund pulled us back a little bit. We make sure Juve don't. Will be difficult, but we've got a dream and we've got to try and fulfill that. Champions League winners never did that on the first Grimsby to glory. We'll do it on this second, however, as Vieira's going to get a bit of a run on here. No pressure. Bloxham in front is going to try and ding. As Pons here, it seems to be a little bit of a slow game, which to be fair, I don't mind. We've just got to keep on going with it. Reibiger into Vieira, now into Pons. That's good football. Bloxham as Juventus with an attack at the end of this half. Milenkovic coming in with a big tackle. It's been given as handball. It looked quite close, but not for me, as that's terrible from Vlahovic. Don't mind them taking them ones more often. That was woeful. Vlahovic running through the middle here as he's got a good run on here. He's going to score this one just before half-time. Juve draw blood. I had a go at his free kick, which looked terrible, but the Serbian has Juventus all square in the Champions League quarter-final. No chance, Wilk. It's just a superb finish, side netting. Adds to what already would have been a huge second half. Struggling away from home as Gravenberg running through. He was terrible in the first leg. It falls to Kang, and oh, he's had a strike. Need to break the narrative of this game as Tom Bloxham running forward. Let's get some momentum ourselves. Serginho Dest just down this side. We've got Pons to aim for, who we don't reach. Back into Tom. Tom's going to go for one, which is terrible. Well and truly, it never threatened anyone as Gusto now into Fagioli. Back to Gusto. Edge of the box is Rodrigo, and we've nipped in there. Good job as well, because Vieira's going to get a bit of a run forward. We've got Tom Bloxham there, but De Luca, he's released. Just over an hour gone. De Luca, and it's hit the post and fallen to Tom. Level on the night, but most importantly, winning on aggregate. That's great work from Tom. Guerra's going to come on for Pons, who's shattered. Who's not had a great game as well. I've got no faith in winning this until the final whistle. Man injured here as well. The game is stopped. I think that's Gusto for Juve. Speedy recovery for the league, of course. Not for the Champions League, because there might not be in it. Martinez is going to try and kill this off. Header from Guerra. Tom Bloxham's heroics taking us to the Champions League semis as it stands. We've got 1 added minute, which should be over when Bloxham hits it. We've done it. We're going into the semi-finals of the Champions League. Really excited about the Champions League, but we need to turn around the league form. 6th in the Premier League. It's just not good enough, is it? However, we will be changing the team around and quick simming. Still lining up with a very strong team. Change of fullbacks and change of striker. Tommy Conway preferred, as we should be beating Southampton, and we do. De Luca and Luca Pons. Great progression as we've got another wonder kid in the academy, Adam Pearce. We're going to promote him just to make the board happy, but I don't know if we'll see him flourish. And with the FA Cup semi-final up next, we're still keeping it strong, but some more changes like Smith in centre-back, Dest at right-back, Akere in there, Bernardo, and Conway stays up front, as this is going to be highlights anyway. Come on, we're at home. Let's get this out of the way. I don't like them starting with a attacks. Shouldn't be happening anyway, but we've won the ball and the game will keep on going. This is new. Bloxham into Tommy Conway, and Tommy Conway scores! It wasn't Bloxham, it was Bernardo, of course, because Tommy Conway's playing instead of Bloxham and scoring in his place. Real goal that, and a needed one as Emir Smith playing at centre-back. He's come on leaps and bounds this season. Bernardo to whip it in towards Pons, who gets a flick on! What a save! They're the kind of moves I love to fashion as Reggie Stone's on the field here. Printing it forward, Bernardo over the top, but he's just offside. Conway not, however, and he's got a bit of a gap. I thought about playing him in the FA Cup instead of this one, but he's having fun in the league as he's got himself the brace. We'll beat Leicester, I'm sure of it, as Reggie Stone to try and add something to this game. Whips it towards Bernardo, falls to Conway. What a goal! Tommy Conway, why are we doing the highlights where we can't replay his wonderful hat-trick? What a fine finish to the game. What a volley to round it off with. We can watch it this way though, as I want to see that again. Look at the touch and the bang. Reibiger's goal against Man United might be put out to dry. A good win sets up hopefully a good next game, as Leicester probably were knocked by the fact they lost their game in the Champions League. Because we played the team, they were playing Atletico Madrid away from home. Then at home, we're going to be simming with the highlights and playing one of those. But before that, we've got a semi-final, which we've got to play, get out the way, and get the business done into a final. For the semi-final, we're going to take a trim. We're going to look like Prime Pardew. Hopefully, we're dancing and getting the result over the line in this one. So here we are, a packed-out Wembley, where it seems Forest have took a lot of fans. I'm sure the town end will be just as full. Look at that. And we do make a controversial change for this one. Albie Marsh is starting in goal. Maybe controversial, the wrong word, but it's something I definitely didn't expect to happen, but I've just gone with it. I've got faith in him as Ponce. Bloxham's back in as well. If he's onside here, it's a brilliant opening chance, but he squandered it. Data in the team as well over De Luca, who's safe for the Champions League games. He's an ex-Elche man, so does have experience against Atletico, which is why we're saving him, but Ponce the same. We can't leave him out though. Seems an end-to-end game with no chances so far. Tom Bloxham slipping it through. He almost had it, but Vieira gives it into Tom Bloxham. That's bounced kindly, but not so kindly. They've kept it very quiet at the back as they've got an ex-goalkeeper of ours in net in Dominic Knight, and of course Ryan Giles in cam. All I can really do is talk about the lineups because I can't get near their goal. Over Ponce with a good ball over the top, almost falling to us. Almost the best chance of the half as Reibiger back into Fabio Vieira. Reibiger down this side into Ponce. Backheeled into Serginho Dest, opening his body up. It'll fall to Bamber, but down the keeper's throat. And the half-time whistle goes. What a dull half for a semi-final. Needs to be better as Tommy Bloxham through now onto Guerra. Guerra's going to give it to the side. Back into Guerra. And a ball here onto Alves, who's got tackled. Nottingham Forest with a chance. Harley Hartley coming on for Jonathan David. That's another ex-player. One that got a lot of game time with us, as that's a ball over the top to Tom Bloxham. He's got a chance here to try and put the Mariners in front. What a save. Best chance of the game as Ponce is going to whip one in towards Tom again over the top. 20 minutes to go. Guerra with it. He's dribbling very well here. Finds Tom Bloxham again. That is poor. I want to win the game that much. However, a free kick on the edge. Not a great place to give this one away. Albie Marsh has got to be confident in the goal. They've done us with the first one. They've rolled it in. It's saved. We're making changes. Tommy Conway coming on. He did get a hat-trick. Played most games in this competition. Albie Marsh with an incredible save. But it's in from Salah. Nottingham Forest will be going through to the FA Cup final if things stand. We've conceded. I fully blame the defence. Albie Marsh making a save of the century. Then no one on the cover-up. We've got a huge game next, but we need to get the result in this one. I don't want to be going out. Good at Wembley as Ponce with a tackle on the defender. Come on, this could be it. Luca Ponce with the ball, chipping it over. Tommy Conway's missed the goal. Oh, that's it. That is it. Tommy Conway's the reason we're out. However, 4 added minutes is what the referees allowed. We've got the ball as well. It's Wolf flooding forward. We've lost it, but De Luca gets it back. Chip that over the top. We're not going to get there. It's going to go to the keeper, and we are out in the semi-finals of the FA Cup. We got the easiest draw. We beat Liverpool to get against Nottingham Forest in the semis, and they have beaten us hands down. The better team on the day in terms of chances, and it's just all hands to the Premier League, and of course now the Champions League. I cannot believe that's happened. Nottingham Forest against Man City in the semis. We were good enough to beat there. Oh, well, we've got to move on. We've got to get at Atletico Madrid. No if, buts, or maybes. It's a game we win now. As even Ponce has gone up a rating. I don't know how. Being good, but I don't know if he's at that level as a very strong lineup. Vieira's getting a rest, but this first one at the Wanderer Metropolitano, if I can even say that, Metropolitano, I don't know. We're going to simulate with the highlights. They've got a good team coming out. Jude Bellingham, the captain, the thumbnail star of last episode, episode when we played his old team. Play his actual team here, though, in this competition. However, we start with the penalty 4 minutes in. They can't be that good at defending the 3 at the back. Lucas Ponce, I'm going to go down the middle. We lead in the semi-finals of the Champions League. We need to forget about Forest, and that's the best way to do so. I love it. However, they're still attacking. Valablia, we're going to get a tackle in. Lissandro Martinez coming across from left back with a perfectly timed one as DeLuca. Got a big rest, and he's got a big goal. It's 2-0. Breathing room for the next round. However, we've still got to hold on to it and clear that ball, but it's only as far as Ibarra. Get it out as we do. 2-0 away from home. That is huge. That is absolutely huge. West Brom next. I think we all know how that game's going to go. Don't think I'll play it. And I thought winning it would be a guarantee, but obviously not. DeLuca gets to unblock some, but it's only a 3-3 draw. We conceded 3 against West Brom after doing well against Atletico. I guess I can accept it if we just keep this result in the Champions League. Imagine winning it first time of asking, but there is some rotations. Didn't realise how tired the team truly was, so Milenkovic and Smith will start. A dodgy one with Bernardo there as well. We're going to go with the front three who are slightly fatigued, but we do have rotations. And we do have a great goal lead, but still nothing confirmed. We've got to have the faith. Our NBP, come on. There's Ponce. He's onside! He is onside! It is 3 goals! Luca Ponce, I have no idea how he kept onside. The Mariners have a lead. I mean, is he? Yes, he is. It's a brilliant timed run and a stupendous finish. We could probably make some changes early days as DeLuca trying to join in the fun. A close one as Ponce gets the ball back here from a return. It could be 4. It should have been. Was a poor quality cross, though, as now Ponce again. Let's get this one right. Towards DeLuca. Dominant against Atletico as Bamba trying his... What a goal! 4-0 on aggregate and Ibrahima Bamba, the captain for today. He's zooming in on his feet because he's got magic feet. I want to see this again. Vieira tried his luck. First time. He is so far out and he has placed it top corner. Arrows Mariners destined to get a Champions League final under his belt at the first time of asking. Ponce trying to join in. An incredible first half. Mariners destined to dream. Start the second half off with a free kick for Atletico. If they're going to try and rebuild, they had to get that right. Fortunately for ourselves, they do not, as now Guerra with a pass round the corner into Fabio Vieira. Looks like he's took an actual knock there. Not a good challenge. As it's going to be Ruben Neves who we stick on as Bellingham puts over. Slightly close as Tommy Conway's on the field as well. That's a brilliant ball over to him. Beat the keeper to it. 5-0. Conway's on form. He just loves the end of the season. Let's keep it up, lads. A header into Tommy Conway. He'll shoot. Ball into Serginho Dest here as well. Going over the top. It's hit the crossbar. And still the ball is there to be won. Guerra, it's just a tap in. Guerra on the ball again. Looking for Tommy Conway. Picked up a bit of a knock and should have another. Should have another as we've still got the ball here. Emir Smith. As there's the final whistle. We've swept aside Atletico 6-0. I hope it isn't false confidence. We've got to keep on top of us game if we're going to win the final we're in. Fabio Vieira, though, out for the end of the season. That's the only negative, I guess. As we could have done with him in the run into the end of the season, still, we're going to try and get in that top 4. Something that never should have been in doubt for us as we're going with a relatively strong side. Reggie plays in what's going to be a 1-1 draw with Leeds. How come? Constant disappointment in the Premier League. We slip into 7th. We should have been in a title race, which actually is only 6 points. I mean, that's going to be hard to build up with, what, 3 games left, but it's doable winning the league. Now I see how doable winning the league actually is. I want to steady my games a bit. I feel like for the last episode, we should be playing United, Liverpool, and Manchester City, a native team in the Champions League final. That's glorious to see, and of course, we'll do the highlights against Fulham, make the most of all of them 4 games we have left. However, that does unfortunately mean today's episode, probably not as long, but is wrapped up. Thank you guys for watching. As always, if you do enjoy this episode, leave it a like, share, comment, and subscribe with the notification bell on as well, as I will see you all in the next one anyway. Take care, in a bit, and peace.